Yes, people, what's going on? Welcome back to the channel. Hope you guys are all doing well. I'm AdamMcKola. I'm clearly not in England right now because England is freezing. I got basketball jerseys, sunglasses on. You can hear the sea. That's because I am in Mauritius right now. And by the way, if anyone watching the game this Sunday, let me know where at in Mauritius to catch all the Reds. But nevertheless, in this video, we will be going through 10 players that could leave Manchester United this summer. And there's loads of players that could leave Manchester United this summer. Let me tell you, we're going to get stuck into that. But what I want you guys to do is get subscribing to the channel. Get your thoughts in those comments below and make sure you're keeping it locked. Let us know who you think could leave Man United this summer. And there could be a load of them because Ineos have come in. Ten Hag's still knocking about. If Ten Hag's here next season, yeah, he's going to want a lot of changes to this squad because this squad has let him down. And Ineos are here to try and change the fortunes of Manchester United. Now, between now and the summer, I believe that's going to be in terms of the staff, above the players, above the manager and everything else. But in the summer, we will start looking at which players will be leaving. Now, let's get stuck into that because I've got 10 here. First up, Anthony Martial. It looks clear that he will leave Manchester United on a free at the end of the year. His contract expires very, very soon. He's injured at the moment and is taking an operation to recover from that injury. And it feels like one to allow him to be able to be fit enough to pick up a new team at the end of the season. And that's how it feels Anthony Martial's future will be, leaving Manchester United. Now, everybody knows I love Anthony Martial. In my opinion, a fantastically talented player that we haven't quite developed right at the club. Now look, there's been times where, you know, you can blame him. And every player has to take some kind of responsibility for their own form. But I also think you look at the culture at the club and the way we've damaged and not really fulfilled the potential of so many players over the years. Anthony Martial is another one of those. When you look at his best moments for the club, remember that season under Van Gaal, remember that season under Ole Gunnar Solskjaer, remember his goal against Liverpool, his goal against Everton in the FA Cup semi-final, his goal against Watford. This is a man with sheer quality. He's had huge injury problems on the way which haven't helped, I don't think, but also, you know, Man United need to take a look at themselves for the way we've developed some of these players. It hasn't been the one. And I think Anthony Martial will leave the club at the end of this season after 9 years at Manchester United. But I think we have to learn the lessons from this. So many people kind of blame him. And look, he has to take some responsibility. But I think Manchester United have got a lot of things wrong along the way with Anthony Martial. But he will be off this summer after 9 years at the club. And some players on this list will be if, buts and maybes attached to whether they leave or not. I don't think there's anything attached to Anthony Martial. I think he will be off. Raphael Varan, I think he's one of those players with ifs, buts and maybes attached to his name. But he's linked with a big money move away to Saudi Arabia with some big wages on the line. Manchester United could probably recoup a fee as well. And look, the ifs and buts and maybes here for me are if we bring in 2 or 3 new centre-backs, because we need to be bringing people in. There's other centre-backs on this list that I'd like to see moved on before Raphael Varan. But I do think Raphael Varan is one of those players that could leave in the summer, disappointingly for Manchester United fans. Next up, another centre-back. Now, this is a centre-back that I'd like to see moved on before Raphael Varan, and that's Harry Maguire. Look, I think he's done okay this season, although some people have praised him far too highly for my liking because times when he's played, we've been conceding 3s and 4s against Galatasaray's and Copenhagen's and Bournemouth and everything. So we need to take that into consideration. But for me, Man United should be getting rid of him. You know, there's a high resale value there. We could have sold him last summer. He didn't go last summer. The manager clearly wanted him gone. I think Harry Maguire will be off now. Obviously, he's got the Euros in the summer as well, which could help him build his value a little bit more. But I believe Harry Maguire will be gone from Manchester United. If not next summer, very, very soon. But it could be the summer coming up. Another player that could leave Manchester United, Casemiro. Now, he's recently returned to the team and he's looked good. I think he grew into the game last time out against... who did we play last time out? West Ham, sorry. I thought he grew into the game and got better and his passing range got better. But much like Raphael Varan, he's on big wages. He's linked with a move away for some big money as well. And Casemiro could be another one of those as United try to restructure their wage bill and kind of get everything into line. Casemiro could be one of those that moves on. I think when we bought him in last season, fantastic. Still has the ability to be a good player for us this season, but we do need to look towards getting those younger players and those younger talents in those positions in to go along with Kobbie Mainoo and build that midfield there. Saka, again, another one of these players that I kind of don't mind. I think he's a very, very good fullback. People get caught up in the, you know, oh, he can't attack. And what happened to defenders just defending, you know? But he has been linked with a move away as well. And you'd think, although we spent a lot of money on him at £50 million, we could probably, now we're not going to recoup all of it, but we could probably recoup a lot of that money for Aaron Wan-Bissaka. Again, though, he's one of those that wouldn't be the first name on the list to leave Manchester United, because in my opinion, he could still do a job for us. And, you know, we'll talk about Diogo Delo a little bit later. You look at Diogo Delo, you look at Wan-Bissaka, there's not really one clear first choice there, is there? They kind of, one of them can attack really well, one of them can defend really well, and then they both have deficiencies in their in the game on the other side. But Wan-Bissaka could be one of those that leaves the club. Jadon Sancho, on the other hand, will be leaving in the club. And if he doesn't, I'd be absolutely fuming, because I think he's a fantastic player. But he's 6th on my list here because he has to leave. We've loaned him to Dortmund. It's likely to become permanent, or he'll go elsewhere permanently. Because when we look at Jadon Sancho, and everyone knows I've liked him, huge talent, huge potential, huge ability, but we can't be allowing play, even if Ten Hag isn't here, we can't be allowing players to chuck their toys at the pram. I'm going out on loan. I'm not going to say sorry to the manager. If we want to change the culture at this club, then we have to start by getting rid of the players that take the piss. And whether Ten Hag is here next summer or not, Sancho shouldn't be, because we shouldn't be allowing players to you know, we shouldn't be allowing that to happen. Oh yeah, the manager's gone now. You know we had this, but we'll bring you back. Nah, none of that. Get rid of him. Get rid of him. He's made his bed. Let him lie in it. Another one that could be off, well, he's on loan, but I think he's unlikely to be made permanent, is Sofyan Amrabat. Now, the manager chased him all summer. It looked like we were going to sign him on a permanent basis. The only reason we didn't and sign him on loan because of the Glazeronomics that we kind of see at the moment. But Amrabat, for me, hasn't done enough for Manchester United. He's been injured. He's been away in AFCON, fair enough. But also, we haven't got to see enough from him. You know, I think his best performances for the club have come at left-back. I think we need to see a revolution in this midfield at Manchester United. And I think Amrabat's move won't be made permanent, unless it's a very nominal fee. And, you know, between now and the end of the season, we see a lot of changes. He nails his place down in the first team. I can't see Amrabat staying at the club. So I think he will be one of those that leaves as well. Scott McTominay was linked with a huge move to West Ham last season. Manchester United rejected offers for him. I can't see the same happening again. And I see a lot of people going, he's United's top goal scorer, he does this. Look, I don't mind bringing him on for the last 5 minutes to crash the box and try and get a goal or something. But in terms of, like, he scored in that game against Wolves, yeah? 3-1. But a big part of the reason we lost a 3-1 goal lead, and we lost a 2-goal lead. He was a big part of that. Because in midfield, when he comes on, we've got no control. And midfielders are supposed to have the game controlled. They're supposed to control that game. And in my opinion, Scott McTominay doesn't do that enough. He doesn't do that at all. You know, he can get on the end of things and run into the box, score a few goals, cool, fair enough. But I want to see more from our midfielders. I want to see them good in possession. I want to see them good in defence, not hiding behind people. And that's Scott McTominay. So I think he should be one that we'd be looking to move on this summer as well. Number 9 on my list, Christian Erikson. I think he could leave Manchester United. I haven't minded signing at all. He came in on a free. I thought he was very influential last season. He's one of those players that's very, very tidy on the ball. Although, defensively and off the ball, he doesn't do enough. And we can't afford passengers in the midfield. I don't mind having Erikson on the bench to bring him on and maybe take set pieces and things like that. He's good at those kind of things. But I could also see him wanting to play more regularly. He's not going to get that at Manchester United. So move him on. I think, again, part of the midfield revolution, if you can get rid of McTominay, Erikson, Amrabat's deal doesn't get renewed, we can start to think about getting a whole new midfield in there. And another one that I don't really want to see leave, but could leave, is Diogo Delo. Again, you look at Wan-Bissaka. Yeah. And I think it's a toss-up for one of them, which could leave this summer. I think we'll keep one and bring in a right back. Who do you want to keep? Diogo Delo or Aaron Wan-Bissaka? I'd keep Diogo Delo. No, Aaron Wan-Bissaka. I don't know. But that's why I think either of them or both of them could leave the club this summer. Now, we've also seen, you know, the likes of Hannibal being linked with a move, Gary Pillistri being linked with a move as well. They've gone out on loan, and those things could happen. So we're looking at the moment 10, 11, 12, maybe more players that could leave Manchester United this summer. But those are just some of them. And those are just some of my thoughts on the players that could leave. Now, the problem for Manchester United is We got FFP issues. We don't know whether we're going to be able to replace all these players, bring players in. But we need to get it sorted. Anyway, let us know your thoughts in the comments below. Make sure you're keeping it locked. Like, comment, share, subscribe. And let me know where we're watching the game on Sunday in Mauritius. See you in a bit.